Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. Shripad, this is Shripad. This is Shripad. It should.
Varun, four sides.
Yeah, that's yeah. Shripad should have been here so that you can perform the arti.
Yes.
I will tell you. You put it.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Yes.
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama,
yes, yeah.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Clock here.
Hare
Clock. Yeah.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama,
अरे लाइट नहीं है.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. Who's going to take care of the woods? Put it there. No. Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare. What's happening to the light? Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare. Maybe put the camphor in the center. No, down. In the middle, yeah. Rama. Put in the middle of the woods, camphor. Hare.
Hare
Yes.
Krishna
Krishna Krishna.
Hare
Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna. Hare.
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hare
हरि
Krishna
बोल.
Hare
इसका ऑन
Krishna
किया है.
Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna
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 Krishna.
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare Rama.
Rama Rama
Rama.
Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna
Krishna.
Hare Hare
Hare Rama. Hare
Rama Rama Rama
Rama.
Hare
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 Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna. Hare.
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama. Hare
Rama 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 Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare
Krishna.
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama.
Rama 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 Hare
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 Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare.
Rama
It's not working. That one is working.
Hare Hare Krishna
Ka?
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama. Coming. Raise this one volume.
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama Rama. Where is it, this devotee?
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Where is he? Hare Krishna. Hare Rama. Hare Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna.
This is lighting the havan.
Okay. All right. So
Smart.
first we will do the archman.
Yes, ma'am.
Then you will do the arti. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Then you will start.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
नमा ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी ते नामने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारणे. So, as you, all of you know, that two souls are entering into the spiritual life. One is Shriman Santosh, other is Shriman Dev. There are two births. One birth is from mother and father, and other birth is from the spiritual life. When we take the spiritual life, take the spiritual master, our gotra change. Your gotra is going to be Achyut gotra, both of you. And your names will be changed, and you are entering in a new spiritual life. So before we start anything, first we pray the Supreme Lord. We will do the Achman. So all of you do the Achman with me. Take with left hand the spoon, right hand. Take little water on this. And repeat mantra after me. Om. Om. Both of you. Om. Apavitra. Pavitrova. Sarva. Vastham. Gatopiva. Ya samaret. Pundrikakshang. Sa Bhayantara Suchi. Open the eyes. Sri Vishnu. You also do. Sri Vishnu. Sri Vishnu. You don't have another cup and spoon? And now drink this water. Don't lick, but just drink. And wash your hand again. Om Apavitra Pavitro Va Sarva Vastham Gatopi Va Yasamare Pundrikaksham Sa Bhayantara Suchi Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu. Drink the water. And wash the hand again. 3 times. Again. Om Apavitra Pavitro Va Sarva Vastham Gatopi Va Yasamare Pundrikaksham Sa Bhayantara Suchi Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu. It's a 3 times, 2 times? 3 times. 2? 3. So, to perform any fire sacrifice, any spiritual activities, we have to purify ourselves. This is the purificatory process. Doesn't matter one is pure or impure, by remembering the Supreme Lord, who is known as Pundarikakshan, he becomes pure 3 times. So, in this age of Kali, which is the age of quarrel and hypocrisy, backbiting, fighting, dirty politics, this is very bad age. But the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna, he is very merciful. He says in Bhagavad Gita, Suhardam Sarvabhutanam. He says, I am the well-wisher of everyone. Lord is the well-wisher of all the living entities. So, by the mercy of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya, he sent his pure devotee Srila Prabhupada to establish this Sanatana Dharma all over the world. And anybody can be purified without any discrimination, no caste, no color, no creed. Basically, we are all souls. But due to the bad influence of Kali Yuga, people have become very polluted and they have concocted their own ways, own path, yato mat tato path, and that is rail road to the hell. But Lord Chaitanya, very kindly, he appeared 500 years back. He established this Krishna consciousness. Again, many of our predecessor acharyas, they appeared and they continued this lineage. But recently in Kali Yuga, in 1966, Srila Prabhupada came from India, from Gaudadesh to US, New York, and single-handedly he established this society. Nobody helped him except Krishna. Krishna was with him, Lord Gaur Nitai, Radharani, his Gurudev were with him, and he established this society 1966. He came to US 1965 with $7 only, no friends, no money, but Krishna was with him. He requested his god brothers to help him, nobody helped him, and Krishna was with him. He established this society single-handedly in 1966. Now the centers are all over the world. Devotees, by the mercy of Krishna, Radharani, Gaur Nitai, I had this opportunity to be with Srila Prabhupada, and he gave me personal instructions. By his mercy, I am trying to follow that. In Kali Yuga, generally people are misled. We don't know what to do, what not to do. This was happening with the hippies in New York also. But a pure devotee of Krishna, Srila Prabhupada guided them on the right path. And those who were drug addicts, sex monger, all kind of dirty qualities they have, a pure devotee, because of the power of devotion, he purified them. Devotees, all of you remember this, especially those who are initiating, getting initiation. All the Matajis, all the Prabhus remember. Prabhupada said 4 things. First thing he said, my books are the basis. We have to follow Prabhupada, not concoct our own ways. We have to follow pure devotee. Books are the basis. Second, Prabhupada said, preaching is the essence. Essence is preaching. And third, Prabhupada said, purity is the force. How the purity will come? When we serve Krishna without any material motive, not expecting anything in return. Lord Chaitanya said, na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagadish kame, mam janmani janmani ishware, bhavatad bhaktir ahituki tvai. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers, but I want only your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. Devotional service should be causeless, no cause. And if we are not serving Krishna causelessly, then remember, we won't be accomplish the mission of this human form of life. Mission of this human form of life is to return back home, back to Godhead. Not to try to make a permanent home in a temporary, miserable material world. Nobody can stay here. Sooner or later, we all have to leave. Before we leave, we have to qualify ourselves. And what is the qualification? We become conscious of Krishna. That is the only qualification. So by the mercy of Prabhupada, we have to become Krishna conscious. Not material conscious, not sense enjoy conscious. They will pull us towards the hellish condition. So this is the lesson of Srila Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya for everyone. For everyone. So as we are all advancing towards death, like yesterday has died from my life, I have come one day close to the death. Because of my ignorance, I am not serious about this, that I am coming close to death every day. So as without doing anything, we are coming close to death, but we have to try to become close to Krishna. This is the first step devotee take to come close to Krishna, take initiation. First surrender is to the spiritual master. I ask both of them The both of them said yes, fully surrender. Yes. First surrender is to the spiritual master, but ultimate surrender is to the Krishna. A spiritual master is a small representative of Krishna. If one cannot surrender to the spiritual master, then he cannot surrender to Krishna. Spiritual master is a small representative. So it's very important. Surrender is very, very important. And we have to make spiritual advancement. How we will make spiritual advancement? By following the rules and regulations very seriously, strictly, getting up before 4 in the morning, attending Mangalarti, chanting our rounds. 16 rounds are the minimum Prabhupada has mentioned. Prabhupada is mentioning in one quote, devotees chant sometime 128. Srila Haridas used to chant 192 rounds every day. So 16 are minimum. So we should act in such a way we never forget Krishna. We remember Krishna all the time. And if we remember Krishna all the time, then gradually there will be a spiritual progress and we will come close to Krishna. So, to make spiritual advancement, especially Prabhupada's advice in the nectar of devotion, we should be careful not committing offenses. If we are offensive, our spiritual progress will be hampered. We won't be able to make spiritual progress. To make spiritual progress, devotees have to be very careful. There are Seva Aparad, Nam Aparad. Generally every morning we recite 10 Nam Aparads. So first Nam Aparad is that we take all the demigods. Think that all the demigods are same like Krishna. No. First offense, to blaspheme the devotees of the Lord, who have dedicated their life for propagating the holy name of the Lord. This is the first offense. Those who are propagating Krishna consciousness, Srila Prabhupada selflessly spent his life propagating Krishna consciousness. If anyone who is offensive towards a great devotee like Srila Prabhupada, then he cannot make spiritual progress. Devotee should be very careful. He should not offend anyone. First offense is to blaspheme the devotees of the Lord who have dedicated their life for propagating the holy name of the Lord. Second offense is to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, to be equal or independent of the holy name of the Lord Vishnu, Krishna. Third offense is to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. Fourth offense is to blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature in pursuance of the Vedic version. Fifth offense, to consider the glories of chanting of Hare Krishna as imagination. Sixth offense, to give some mundane interpretation on the holy name of the Lord. Seventh, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name of the Lord. We should remember many things. By chanting the holy name, I will free myself from all the offenses. So it's very good. Daytime I go on committing offenses, and at night I will chant and I will be free. No. Then this is a greater offense. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name of the Lord. Eighth, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, karma kanda. 9, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10th, not to have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. Anyone who claims to be a Vaishnava must carefully guard against these 10 offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success, which is Krishna Prema. Haribol, you're hungry today, eh? Speak a little louder. Eh? Which is Krishna Prema. Which is Krishna Prema. We should all remember, purpose of life is to attain Krishna Prema. We have so many other prem, husband prem, wife prem, children prem, home prem, land prem, this prem, that prem. But these premas are not going to let us meet Krishna. If we want to meet Krishna, we should have Krishna prem. Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Mata ki jai. So, there are so many instructions, gradually they will come. Devotees should, very important thing, Prabhupada has mentioned in one letter to one devotee, that devotional service means vairagya. Lord Chaitanya, he was living in a very comfortable life, his wife and mother. But at the age of 24, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. At the age of 24, Lord Chaitanya took sannyas. And he left his young mother 70 years old and his young wife 16 years old. He left for preaching. So, Lord Chaitanya is teaching us vairagya, not attachment. We should not be attached to this miserable material world or anything of this material world. We should not be attached to anything. If we will be attached to anything of this material world, that is going to us bring back to this miserable material world. So devotees, message of Srila Prabhupada, message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Chaitanya, when he came to Jagannath Puri, there Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya thought that a young man, he took sannyas, I will teach him Vedanta. Vedanta is an impersonal philosophy. God is formless. Lord, when he came to the Jagannath temple, he became unconscious because he is always in the mood of Radharani, Krishna in the mood of Radharani. So he brought in that state to his home, and for 7 days he was speaking Vedanta with Lord Gauranga. Lord Gauranga kept quiet, listening. After 7 days, Bhattacharya said, you understanding something? Or I am just speaking, you are not saying anything. The Lord Chaitanya said, if I say something, then there will be problem. If I won't say, then problem. No, you say what you like to say. Actually, the bhashya, the interpretation which you are giving, Shankara bhashya, Lord Shiva has kept the original meaning of Vedanta hidden. He gave his kalpanik, his own interpretation on the Vedanta. His interpretation on Vedanta is not right. So then, you are so egoistic, you are criticizing Lord Shiva. No. Then, what happened? Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was defeated by Lord Chaitanya. He felt very bad, but Lord gave him the darshan and who he is. Then Bhattacharya came to his senses and bowed down before Lord Gauranga. And by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, he became devotee. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, who was the greatest Vedantist of that time, he became a devotee. Devotees, only devotion to Sri Krishna, which originally given by Gaur Nitai and then repeated by Lord Chaitanya, repeated by Srila Prabhupada. As it is, no change. Prabhupada's beauty is as it is. When we become devotees, then only we can attract the attention of Lord. not otherwise. Bhukti, mukti, siddhi, kami. Sakalere ashant. Those who want sense gratification, they have no peace. Those who want liberation, no peace. Those who want perfection, anima, lagima, prapti, no peace. Kami, those who are full of lusty desires, no peace. Krishna Bhakta Nishkam. Devotees of Krishna, no desire. They are Nishkam. Eta eva shant. Then only they are peaceful and shant. And they can return back home, back to God. Otherwise, those who are full of lusty desire, bhakti, they want mukti, perfection, lusties, they cannot go back home, back to God. So Lord Chaitanya's gift is bhakti, and Prabhupada's mercy to repeat that gift to all of us as it is, without any change. Devotees' devotional service to the Lord should be unmotivated and uninterrupted. Sabe pumso paro dharmo yato bhaktir adhokshaje ahaytuki apratihata yayatma swaprasidati. Devotional service to the Supreme Lord should be unmotivated and uninterrupted. No motivation, no interruption. If we have any motivation, then that is not devotional service. That is not devotion. Devotion means we don't expect anything except the love of Godhead. Love of Godhead can only take us back home, back to Godhead. Not other loves, So this is the gift of Prabhupada to the whole world. And I humbly request all of you people here in, Caribbean. It's Caribbean? Yeah. That please take to this devotional service, Matajis and Pitajis, everybody. Don't get distorted, because we came in this material world alone and we are going to leave this world alone. Nobody is going to go with us. Nobody can help us at the time of death. Only Krishna. So we have to come to the shelter of Krishna. Krishna has said in Bhagavad Gita in the 18th chapter, he's saying, Bhaktya mamavi janati yavan jasyasmi tatvata tato mam tatpato gyatva vishte tadanantaram. I can be known as I am only by devotion, not by any other mean. Very clear in Bhagavad Gita, and Prabhupada has explained everything very clearly. Even if we don't understand, that is our misfortune. It means Maya is distorting us from our path of devotion. So these two initiates today, I will request them become head towards pure devotion. Yes? Pure devotion, and become exemplary. Like Prabhupada has, how many God brothers? Somebody told me that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada has initiated 60,000 disciples. And Prabhupada is the only one exemplary. He followed the instructions of his Guru as it is, and took so much trouble during his lifetime, and spread Krishna consciousness as it is all over the world. Now, people all over the world, those who are fortunate soul, they are taking the advantage of this pure devotion and making spiritual advancement. So, it's mentioned, Diksha kale kare bhakt atam samarpan. Sei kale kare Krishna atam sam. At the time of initiation, a devotee surrender to the spiritual master. And Krishna is saying, he make him like him according to the degree of his surrender. Actually see, Prahlad Maharaj's degree of surrender was 100%. 100% Prahlad Maharaj was protected by Lord Krishna. So gradually we should keep in mind, I have to be fully surrendered, so that when that time of depart will come from this material world, I will be fully surrendered unto the lotus feet of Krishna. thinking of him at the end of my life. Antakale cha mameva smarana muktva kalevaram ya priyati samadbhavam yati nasat yatra sanshaya. At the end of one's life, if one surrender, leave his body, remembering Krishna, then he will go back home, back to God at Gaulok. There was one devotee here in US. He was in the beginning, early days. His name was Jayananda Prabhu. The Jayananda was wonderful Vaishnava. He is the one who made the first cart, Rath Yatra cart. First Rath Yatra took place in San Francisco. And it was very, very successful. So many people joined. So, Jayananda, daytime, those days, not very many devotees were with Prabhupada. Jayananda, daytime, stay with Prabhupada, help him. And at night, he will drive taxi. He drives taxi, and whatever money comes, he gives to Prabhupada. So, see the greatness of this soul. And what happened? He got cancer, leukemia, blood cancer. And now, suffering from cancer, his parents gave him $5,000. It's in 1975. That time I was Prabhupada's personal servant in Bombay. So I gave him $5,000, his parents. You know what this great soul did? He sent those $5,000 to Srila Prabhupada and wrote, Prabhupada, anyway I am going to die. Why I should give this money to the doctors? You will use in the service of Krishna. I noticed there were tears in the eyes of Srila Prabhupada. See this, he loves me so much. Prabhupada was not after money. Prabhupada sent that money back to him. He said, no, you get yourself treated. Devotees, what happened? He again sent back to Prabhupada. 2-3 times it happened. After Prabhupada has to submit, he said, he doesn't want. So, this great soul, when he left his body, after his departure, that time, I don't know which year was that, if anybody remember, which year Jayananda passed away. I was in Guyana somewhere. So, Prabhupada wrote a letter to him, and the letter was published in magazine, BTG. I read that letter, which Prabhupada wrote to him. He said, certainly you are a pure devotee. And if you had any material desire at the time of departing from this material world, then again you will take birth in the family of devotees and you will continue your devotion. So point I'm making is, if we have any material desire, going to bring us back. So my request to these two souls and to all of you, head towards purity, because this time is very precious. In one place Prabhupada is saying, if this time, Lord Chaitanya's time, 500 years back, Lord Chaitanya appeared to take us back home, back to Godhead, 10,000 more. If we want to become serious students of Krishna consciousness and return back home, back to Godhead, then Prabhupada is saying, for millions of kalpas, one won't be able to return back home. For millions of kalpas, we will keep on chanting. So this is the greatest opportunity given to us by Srila Prabhupada to become a pure devotee. Pure devotee means free from all material desire. Srila Rupa Goswami is saying that pure devotee means annabhilashata shunnam, jnana karmadi anavritam, anukullena krishnanu shilnam bhaktir uttama. Material desire must be zero. No more material desire. These material desires are going to bring back us to this material world, and it's not a good place. Is this material world is a good place? Anyone who says good place, raise your hand. Good place? Raise your hand if it's not good place. It's not good place. Keep in mind. And we have to get out of here, not to come back here, by becoming devotees. So there, Prabhupada's mercy, so much to say. No, we will start the yajna. Before we start the yajna, before the deities, Gaur Nitai and Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra Mata, whole parampara, fire, these two devotees will take the vow of becoming Krishna conscious within this lifetime. Yes? And return back home, back to Godhead. Keep in mind, Krishna is very kind. First is Dev. Dev, come here. If somebody can give him maybe mic. Hare Lakshmi. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare. Sit down there. Sit down there. So, what are the four regulatory principles?
No meat eating, no gambling, no illicit
Meat eating include what?
no meat, no fish, no eggs.
No shrimps also.
Yeah, no shrimp.
No seafood. Okay? Then second,
No intoxication,
describe.
no tea, no coffee, no alcohol, no cigarette,
No, very good, yes.
no gambling,
Yes. No, third principle.
no gambling.
That is fourth one.
Oh, no illicit sex.
Yes. And what do you mean by illicit sex?
You should only have, it's only for making kids.
Yes. Procreation, not otherwise. You should consider all other women as your mother.
Okay,
You understand?
yes,
What is the fourth principle?
no gambling.
No gambling, no mental speculation. Believe in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. And one thing very important, you have to get up before 4 in the morning. The Prabhupada personally instructed me, this is very important for our spiritual progress. You understand? And how many rounds you will chant?
Minimum 16.
Yes, yes. And try to chant, even when you don't have beads in your hand, while walking, while driving, try to remember Krishna. Krishna says, who's laughing here? Who's this? What is there to laugh?
Because you're saying the truth. You should pay attention.
Huh?
Arjun from Canada. He's still in Canada.
I know him very old. Abdul, yeah. I know him. So, you have to be very, very serious in Krishna consciousness and prepare to return back home, back to God at this lifetime. Yes? And how many devotees you will take with you back home, back to Godhead?
But as much as I could, Maharaj.
You have to try your level best. Like Prabhupada didn't care for himself, he just cared for preaching, and he saved so many souls all over the world. So this Abdul is also very happy he saved. I know him when he was not Arjun. When he was Abdul, I know him since that time. Many years back. Now he changed his face, he covered his head with a turban, Even those days he used to laugh all the time,
I love you, Maharaj. You're always very nice.
Hare Krishna, Abdul. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, You will return back home this lifetime.
Yes, Maharaj.
You have to try seriously. Eh? And by the mercy of Prabhupada, predecessor Acharyas, Gaur-Nitai, it is possible. You understand? Okay, so there's some drums, and when they get the new name, so your Gotra is Achyut Gotra. Now put this down, Mike. Your Gotra is Achyut Gotra, and your new name is your Dev. Your new name is Dayal Nitai. Haribol.
दयाल निताय प्रभु की
Nityanand Prabhu is very, very merciful. Without his mercy, we cannot make any advancement. He even, so kind, so merciful. He was hit by Madai on his forehead. Still he forgave him. We need the mercy of Nityanand. You are Dayal Nitai Das. You understand? What's your name? Say on the mic.
दयाल निताई दास
Dayal Nitai Das.
Yes. Hare Krishna. Now Santosh. Santosh, when he was very little boy, who has kept these beads here? Santosh, when he was very little, when I used to go Suriname, little boy used to say, I want to take initiation. Is that right, Santosh?
Yes, ma'am.
Now he has crossed me, he is on 6 feet. Before he was 2.5 feet, eh? no back to the deities like that, yeah. Yes. So he wanted initiation. For how many years you were waiting? Speak on the mic.
Over 20 years, Maharaj.
Eh?
Over 20 years, Maharaj.
Over 20 years was waiting for initiation. I know this one beard man. Who is this beard man? He has very special beard, I knew you, huh? Yes. You think with the beard I won't recognize you, huh? So, Santosh, what are the 4 regulatory principles?
Maharaj, no meat, fish, eggs, onion, garlic, spring onions, anything in that direction.
Shrimps also.
Shrimps.
No seafood.
No seafood.
Yeah.
Um,
Second principle.
The second principle, Maharaj, is no intoxication. So no coffee, no tea, no alcohol, no Coca-Cola, nothing intoxicating.
No smoking.
No smoking, Maharaj.
Yes. Third principle.
No illicit sex, Maharaj.
But you will be brahmachari, na?
Maharaj? Maharaj.
Yeah, very good. Huh? So for you, all the women are like mothers.
Yes, Maharaj.
You have to call other women's mothers.
Yes, Maharaj.
Except your wife, you call all the women's mother. The Prabhupada taught me. I call my disciples also mothers. Mother Vishnu Priya, Mother Hari Priya, Mother Shakuntala, all mothers. So, fourth principle,
No gambling, Maharaj. No speculation.
no mental speculation. And every morning try to get before 4.
Yes, Maharaj.
How many rounds?
Minimum 16 rounds, Maharaj.
Minimum 16 rounds you will chant, eh?
Yes, Maharaj.
So, seeing your face impression, I am giving you the special name. Your name is Shanti Priya Das. Khatal. Shanti Priya means lover of the peace. You love the peace. You have to set this example. Very nice, peaceful devotee, and help others to become devotees. How many devotees you will take back home?
I'll try my best, Maharaj, to bring as much as possible.
Very good. Yes, you're
शांति प्रिया प्रभु की
Hare Krishna. Yaho, Hare Krishna. Now you do that to Shripad. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram. This is not very long. Can we something, can we tie with this? Eh? Krishna Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare, Hare Krishna Hare, Hare Hare, Rama Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Krishna Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare. Somebody can come there. Take this to Prabhupada and then to everyone. Take to Prabhupada. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare. This is also not very long. Can we try something with this stick like that? Eh?
Let me see if I can find a way.
Yeah. Rama Rama, Hare, Hare Krishna. Where is that?
Here, this side.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Hare, Krishna Hare, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare You know, can we get?
I can look for the wire in the meantime.
Huh?
I can look for wire, I can get wire.
No, means is some stick, you know. We can tie the stick there, then do like this. Stick. Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. which mantra you want to recite? Some mantra?
Full sankalpa.
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 Okay.
And then we can start. First is, the Swastino Govinda, Swastino Achyutananda, Swastino Vasudeva Vishnu.
Yeah.
They can,
Yeah. Okay. All right.
We can have
Okay. Do. By the time you can do this. By the time you can do this. Hare Hare.
Take this in the hand, like this. Om Swastino Govinda, Swastino Achyutananda, Swastino Vasudeva Vishnu Dadato, Swastino Narayana Nava, Swastino Padmanabha Purushottama Dadato, Swastino Rishikesho Hari Dadato, Om Swasti, Om Swasti, Om Swastihi. Take 3 drops of water, please. So this is Sankalpa, that you are taking initiation, you have to take a vow. So in the mind you should, this is Harinam Diksha. So we are performing Harinam Samskar. So you are taking a vow for a life that you are taking. Okay, that is your consciousness. Om Vishnu Om Tat Sat Adya Brahmano Dvitiya Pararde Shweta Varaha Kalpe Vayvashatakhya Manvantare Ashtavimshati Kali Yugasya Pratham Sandhyayam Brahma Vimshato Vartamanayam Paso Chattis Gaurabda Samvatsare Uttarayane Vasantrito Vaishakha Mase Shukla Pakshe मेष राशि स्थित है भास्करे पंचमी तिथो बुधवार वारान्वितायाम ज्येष्ठ नक्षत्र संयुतायाम जम्बूद्वीपे दक्षिण अमेरिका खंडे मेरीभूतस्य सुमेरो दक्षिण लावण्यार्थ कोणे गंगायां पश्चिमे भागे अच्युत गोत्र. प्लीज टेक योर नेम. योर नेम प्लीज. गयाना देशे क्रेन ग्रामे श्री कृष्ण प्रीत्यार्थम हरिनाम संस्कार करिष्यामि.
We will, this is not very long. So I'm getting a long one. It is ranging. What else you have to take?
We can now Agni Ahvan. But you need a spoon. You need a perfect spoon to.
Yeah.
We'll wait.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hari Bol. You start lit the fire.
Okay. So we will do now the Agni Sthapana. Sanat Kumaro Vatu Kama Devat Dhyaya Shire Mam Pati Deva Helanat Devarshi Varya Purushachana Arch Anantara Kurmo Harir Mam Nirayat Asheshat Om Prajapati Vishnu Rishi बृहति चंदः श्री विष्णु देवता अग्नि स्थापने विनियोगः. ओम भूर्भुवः स्वाहा. ओम समुद्भव नामाग्ने आवयामि स्थापयामि कृपया स्वागतं कुरु। ओम अस्त्राय फट् दीपाचिरेव हि दशान्तरमभ्युपेत्य दीपायते विहर्तु हेतु समान धर्म यस्ताग्रिगेव हि च विष्णुतया विभाति गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि।
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna.
धूप समुद्भव नामाग्ने नमः।
Yeah, this is good. But it is very big. Haribol. You could have tried that small one. All right. Eh?
Should have made two deep. We can use this, Maharaj.
Okay.
Another deep. This deer. No, that we use for. We needed one more. Immediately you can.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. We start now?
Yeah, we need to deep.
Deep is deep now.
Huh?
Simple deep. It's okay, okay.
एष दीप समुद्भव नामाग्ने नमः। एष गन्ध समुद्भव नामाग्ने नमः। इदं पुष्पं समुद्भव नामाग्ने नमः। इदं नैवेद्यं समुद्भव नामाग्ने नमः। ओम तद्विष्णु परमं पदं सदा पश्यन्ति सूर्य तद्विप्रासो विपन्नयो चक्रवासं समिन्धते विष्णोर्यत् परमं पदम्। ओम तद्विष्णु परमं पदं सदा पश्यन्ति सूरयः दिवि व चक्षुराततं तद्विप्रासो विपन्नयो चक्रवासं समिन्धते विष्णोर्यत् परमं पदम्। अहं कर्तुरहं यज्ञ स्वाध्यायम् अहमौषधं मंत्रोऽहम् अहमेवाच्यम् अहम् अग्निरहं हुतम्।
Okay, all right?
Yes.
I'll start now. Okay, now, devotees, you have to repeat after me, 3 of you. And you throw the grains like this. First I will offer the ghee, then like this. Not like this. Not this finger. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Runamilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Swaha 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 Swaha. Why you are not throwing? Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayamarupa Kadamayam Dadati Swa Padantikam Swaha 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 Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapadakamalam Shri Guram Vaishnavamcha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं राधा कृष्ण पदान सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखा स्वाहा नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश समस्त देश तारणे स्वाहा 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 नमः ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती इति नामने श्री वार्षभानवे देवे दैतया कृपाबध्ये कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान दायिने प्रभवे नमः स्वाहा 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण
कृष्ण हरे हरे
हरे राम
राम
राम माधुरोज्ज्वला प्रेमादया श्री रूपानुगा भक्तिदान श्री गौर करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमस्तुते स्वाहा 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 नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्री मूर्तये दीनतारिणे रूपानुगा वृद्धुत्थापा अपसिद्धांता धावंता हारिणे स्वाहा 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 नमः गौर किशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्य मूर्तिये विप्रलंबा रसंबोधे पदाम्बोजे ते नमः स्वाहा 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 नमः भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चित आनंद नामने गौर शक्ति स्वरूपाय रूपानुगा विरायते स्वाहा 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 गौरवीर भूमा भूमस्त्वं आनंदनेस्त्वा
निर्दिष्ट स्वचन
निर्दिष्ट सज्जना प्रिया वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः स्वाहा 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 वंचकल्प तरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधु वएव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा 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 नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरत्विषे नमः स्वाहा 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 नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरत्विषे नमः स्वाहा 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 पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तारूपकं कृष्ण भक्तारूप स्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं स्वाहा 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 हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते स्वाहा 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 जायतं सुरतो पंगुर मम मंदमतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्व पदाम्बुजो राधा मदन मोहन स्वाहा 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 दिव्या बृंदरण्य कल्प द्रुमदा श्रीमद् रत्नांगरा सिंहासनस्थो श्रीमद् राधा श्रीला गोविंद देव पृष्ठालभि सेव्यमानो स्मरमामि स्वाहा 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 श्रीमान रासा रसारंभे वंशे बटा तथा स्थिता कर्षण बेनु स्वनेर गोपीर गोपीनाथा श्रिया अस्तुना स्वाहा 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 तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे प्रिय. Set this going down. Make it up. Swaha. 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 जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा स्वाहा स्वाहा स्वाहा. श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा स्वाहा स्वाहा स्वाहा. Put more word. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Everybody louder. Ram. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Make it up. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Ram. Srila Prabhupada's purport. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is always accompanied by his plenary expansion. Sri Nityananda Prabhu, his incarnation, Sri Advaita Prabhu, his internal potency, Sri Gadadhar Prabhu, and his marginal potency, Sri Vas Prabhu. He is the midst of them as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One should know that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is always accompanied by these other tattvas. Therefore, our obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are complete when we say Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. As preachers of the Krishna consciousness movement, we first offer our obeisances to Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by chanting this Panchatattva mantra. Then we say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram. But these are not considered in the chanting of the Panchatattva mantra. Namely, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is known as Mahabadanyaya avatar, the most magnanimous incarnation, for he does not consider the offenses of the fallen soul. Thus, to derive the full benefit of the chanting of Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, we must first take shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, learn the Panch Tattva mantra, and then chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Now, we will again throw the oblation in the fire. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare
Repeat after me.
Hare
Swaha,
Swaha
Swaha,
Swaha
Swaha.
Swaha
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. Maybe together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. Is there more ghee? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. More ghee is coming. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. Not so much, some. Not some. Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Na Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. So now there will be Purnahuti, and those who are part, they give them one banana in their hands. Take. You also take one banana. Now, Haribol, can somebody put more wood there? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Now everybody stand up. And hold the banana in your right hand. Like this. And repeat after me. Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Gau Brahmana Hitaya Cha, Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya, Govindaya Namo Namah. Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Gau Brahmana Hitaya Cha, Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya, Govindaya Namo Namah. Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Gau Brahmana Hitaya Cha, Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya, Govindaya Namo Namah. Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. Place the banana slowly on the fire. What? Yes. So why you didn't remind before? Haribol. Where are the? You didn't have the. They didn't have the new beads here. Where are they?
New beats are here.
Where? Okay. Those who are initiated, they can do. You can do to him. He can do to him. Now there will be kirtan and circumambulation of fire. Start kirtan. Who is a good kirtan leader? Krishna Prasthaya Srimate Swami Iti Namaste. ये हरिबोल ये घी डाल दे उसमें. शून्यवा पाश्चात्य तन्या प्रभु नित्यानंद. हरि बोल. और लकड़ी डालो उसमें, ये भी डाल दे उसमें. शिवासा भक्त वृंदा जय श्री. सुनो, थोड़ा थोड़े सबको दो डालने के लिए. शादी गा भक्त वृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण Ketan Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasa Gaur Bhakta Tawal de de Prabhu Anga Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasa Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Haribol Tawal Anga Shri Advaita Gadadhar Jaya Shri Krishna Prabhu Nityananda. Why you are not chanting? Haribol. Fruit ले आ इधर. Jaya. Fruit सारा इधर रख. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama. Very Shanti Priya. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare एक एक करके रख केला इधर. What do you want? Don't touch me.
I want your love.
That is already there.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama. केले का अलग अलग. You got it? Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare But Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. इनको बोलो दोनों को भिक्षा मांगो अभी. हरे हरे. उनको बोलो भिक्षा मांग लिए केले रखो फिर आके चल. His daughter. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Krishna Hare Hare Rama. Very good. What's your name?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
You also take one.
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. You got? Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
हरि बोल मेरे लिए जिसको नहीं मिला भेजो हरे कृष्ण जिसको नहीं मिला उसको भेजो राम हरे हरे
The RT is 6 o'clock, 15 minutes. You could sit, you could feel like you could do some kirtan.
6 o'clock. What is the time now?
Now it's 5:40.
So what do you want me to do?
You can do some kirtan. I don't know if you want to do the kirtan now, maybe for RT.
Okay. I will do the arti. Lead the arti. I have kept my stick properly there and you moved and fly down. Why you think you are so intelligent? I saw you. Ducky.